Hello, beautiful learners. Hopefully, you are doing great, and I'm also good by the grace of Almighty. So, it's on day 14, and we're going to practice our IELTS listening practice test 14. We will practice it with answers and proper explanation for achieving rank 9. But one thing I would like to say you that I'm really sorry. Yesterday I didn't take any classes regarding IELTS listening practice test because I was facing some technical issues. That's why I was not able to take the class yesterday. Okay, I hope you understood the fact. Now, before going to start our class, just I need few seconds to check out the sound quality, whether it's good or not good. Then I will start the class. Okay, already checked it, and the sound is good enough. Now we are going to start our practice test. Okay, so yes, our practice test. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but I don't think I'm really sick because I always have enough confidence in my mind, or in my uh, what should I say? So yes, it's true that I have great confidence that whatever I'm sick, or like I'm feeling bad because of any issues, but I'll try to give motivated or stronger. So you can say it's really a big uh, opportunity that I can give a patient always, but I never got panic whatever happened or whatever uh, hurt me, because I believe that it's one kind of positivity to um, to keep ourselves far away from all kind of stress or all kind of negative things. Okay, I was talking a lot. Maybe it's really boring for you. Now we're going to start our class. Let's move on. So let's listen first some instruction. Okay, let's listen it.
Section 1. You will hear a new student, Tom, talking to a student representative called Rachel about university clubs. You now have 30 seconds to read questions 1 to 4.
Okay. Uh, uh, I think you got the instruction already, as you heard it from his talk. Now we are going to practice from question number 1 to 4. Before going to start, we have another instruction for us. Okay, let's read it. No more than three words and or a number for each answer. Okay, so our first question is here. So let's read it. University clubs, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, and here we have name of club, film, climbing, chase. Okay, and extra extra activities, discussion, blah 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 for question number 1 and 2. Let's listen it. So keyword this for this two question we have discussion, extra activity, and Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, these are the keyword for this the question number 1 and 2. Let's listen it.
Hi. Oh, hi. Yes, I was hoping to find out about some clubs I could join.
Well, all the club stands are here in this hall. What were you interested in?
Not sure. I wanted to do something where I could meet people.
Well, take this leaflet with details of all the clubs and see what you think.
Oh,
It'll probably depend on what day you're free. Like on Mondays, there's the film club. Then on Tuesdays, you've got the climbing club. That's really good. I'm in that. Then on Wednesdays, you've got chess, if you want something a bit more intellectual. But you should look through carefully because all the clubs run extra activities as well as their normal meetings.
oh yes, I see. So it looks like the film club has discussions after the films. I'd quite like to go to those. Then climbing. Goodness. It says here that the university has its own climbing wall. That's impressive. And they go on weekend trips. Cool. And it says the chess club normally just does games with whoever turns up, but it also runs competition.
Did you got the answer? I'm sorry, but my throat. Let's listen one more time.
Go on universe. Then climbing. Goodness. It says here that the university has its own climbing wall. That's impressive. And they go on weekend trips. Cool. And it says...
Okay, I hope you got the answer. He was saying that he was saying that then climbing goodness, and he was also saying that the university has its own climbing wall. That's impressive. And he was also saying that they go on a weekend trip. So climbing is here, and after that they go on weekend trip. So the answer would be weekend trip. Okay. Weekend trip, TRIPS, trips. Okay, weekend trips. Now we are going to listen it for question number 2.
And they go on weekend trips. Cool. And it says the chess club normally just does games with whoever turns up, but it also runs competitions sometimes. But I bet you've got to be...
Okay, you were saying that the chess club normally he was talking about chess. Then he talked about the answer of question number 2. So he was saying that the chess club normally just does games with whoever turns up, but it also runs competition sometimes. So the answer should be competitions. Sorry, competitions. Okay. Now we're going to listen for question number 3, and keyword for this question is, as you can see, Monday for the current number of members. Okay, let's listen it.
Pretty good to do that.
Yes, I think so.
And how many people are in the clubs? Are they all really full?
Well, obviously they're all different. So, for example, the film club has just increased its membership from 85 to 125.
Okay, we start a number for this question. Okay, so she was saying that the film club has just increased its membership from 85 to 125. So the number we should write it 125. Okay, just a number. It's a maximum number. Okay. Now we are going to listen for question number 4. Contact. Okay. Events organizer, and keyword for this question also can be Tuesday or events organizer contact. Okay. Or it also can be keyword for this question maths tutor. Okay, let's listen it.
But I think they're hoping to extend it to 150. The climbing club's quite small, 40 people. And the chess club is fairly healthy at 55.
Right. Okay. So, who do I see if I want to join these clubs?
Well, if you go round the stands and speak to the people there, for the film club, that's the events organiser. For climbing, you'll need the club secretary.
For climbing, okay, this is a keyword for this question. For the climbing, you need to. The climbing, you will need the club secretary. So the answer should be club secretary. See, the club secretary. 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 Yes, secretary. Okay. Now let's move on. No more than here's another instruction for us for question number 5 to 10. No more than 3 words for each answer. Okay. Just keep it in your mind. Okay. Details for climbing club. Meets. Okay. It's a verb. Maybe we after verb it maybe we heard we'll hear a noun. Okay. Let's listen it.
And the chess club is organised by one of the maths tutors. Okay?
Yep. I think I'll start with the climbing club. It sounds good.
Oh, well, as I said, I'm in that, so I might be able to help you a bit.
You now have 30.
Is that right?
Yes. Oh, you must join. It's really good fun. We go away quite a bit to North Wales. Join.
They get together twice. Okay. It says in the leaflet that they get together twice a month. Is that right?
They get together twice a month. So maybe it's you can say it's a difficult for beginners, but I don't think it's a difficult or it's a tricky to get the answer. So because he was saying that they get together twice a month. Okay, so get together and meets, these are synonym of each other. Okay, so the answer should be twice a month. TWCA, twice a month. MONTH, month. Now we are going to listen for question number 6. Exertion for friends. Exertion to friends in the blah blah. Let's listen it.
Yes. Oh, you must join. It's really good fun. We go away quite a bit to North Wales, and every year we have a special excursion, usually to France, which is where we're going this year in the spring.
So the answer would be spring. Spring. Okay, maybe some people are really fighting to get the answer. Let me explain it to you. So she was saying that we have a special exertion to exertion usually to France, which is where we're going this year in the spring. This year, what? In the spring. So the answer should be spring. Okay, in the spring. I hope you got it right now after my explanation. Okay, now let's move on. Subscriptions, paid, blah blah. Let's listen it.
The weather's too unpredictable in the autumn.
Wow, that sounds good. But it must cost a lot.
Yeah, but we try and save up for it through subscriptions. So rather than having a huge sum to pay in the month we go, we collect those weekly, so it spreads it out.
Good idea. I think I'll definitely join.
There are quite good benefits you get from...
Okay, I was out of the track. Let's listen it one more time.
Dear.
through
But it must cost a lot.
predictable in the autumn.
Wow, that sounds good. But it must cost a lot.
Yeah, but we try and save up for it through subscriptions. So rather than having a huge sum to pay in the month we go, we collect those weekly, so it spreads it out.
Good idea.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. Now, the answer should be weekly. Paid weekly. Let me explain it to you. She was saying she was saying we collect those weekly to weekly, so it spread it out weekly. So the answer would be weekly. Okay. Now we're going to listen for question number 8. Discounts on, let's highlight it also, benefits. Let's look at it.
I think I'll definitely join.
There are quite good benefits you get from joining. I mean, you need that, don't you? And the university clubs normally try and do deals with local businesses, so it's really worth joining. Like in the climbing club, they've got a special arrangement with one of the shops in town. So if you show your card, you can get money off equipment. Don't think...
Okay. She was saying that if you show your card, you can get money off equipment. So the answer would be money off and discounts are the synonym of each other. Okay, so you can say discount on equipment. Okay, so the answer would be equipment. QUIP, equip, MEN, equipment. Okay, now here you go. Annual. Let's listen it.
I think the discount extends to clothes, though.
That's really worth it then. I'll go over and talk to them now.
Okay, hope you do join. Oh, and another thing I meant to say. If you do become a member, you automatically receive a magazine once a year. It's quite useful and interesting because it goes out to all the national climbing clubs. And the other thing is, if you come to every session, then you can get a complimentary ticket to the big exhibition that's held in Cardiff every year. And it's a few days, got a so it's really worthy clubs normally. I mean,
Definitely join.
there are quite good benefits you get from joining. I mean, local businesses, so it's really worth joining. Like in the climbing club, they've got a special arrangement with one of the shops in town. So if you show your card, you can get money off equipment.
I'll go over and talk to them now.
Okay, hope you do join. Oh, and another thing I meant to say. If you do become a member, you automatically receive a magazine once a year. It's quite useful and interesting.
Okay, she was saying that if you do become a member, you automatically receive a magazine once a year. So annual is synonym of once a year. So the answer should be magazine. Okay, magazine. As she was saying that you automatically receive a magazine once a year. So you will receive a magazine annually or annual. Okay, annual magazine. As you are getting a magazine once a year, so that means it's an annual magazine. That's why the answer would be magazine, annual magazine. Okay, I hope you it's clear to you right now. Now let's move on for question number 10. So let's find out some keyword for this question. Free entrance to climbing blah blah in Cardiff. Okay, climbing blah blah in Cardiff.
Because it goes out to all the national climbing clubs. And the other thing is, if you come to every session, then you can get a complimentary ticket to the big exhibition that's held in Cardiff every year. So, hope to see.
Okay, I hope you got the answer because she was saying that she was saying that you can get a complimentary ticket to the big exhibition that's held in Cardiff every year. So free entrance to climbing exhibition. Okay, the answer would be exhibition. G exhibition. Again, I am explaining it. She was saying that if if you come to every season, then you can get a complimentary ticket. Listen carefully. You can get complimentary ticket to the big exhibition that's held in Cardiff every year. So the answer would be exhibition. Okay, now that's all about part 1. Let's move on for part 2. So we are going to listen for first question number 11 to 15, and let's read it. Which features which features are available at the following halls of residence? So let's find out some keyword for this question. Features. Okay, following halls. Features following halls of residence. Okay, choose 5 answers below and write the correct letter A to G next to question number 11 to 15. So let's read it. List of features. Cleaning included. All meals included. private showers, modern building, parking spaces, single sex sports facilities. Okay, so use our option 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, and here you can see that halls of resident, brown hall, black resident, queens building, parkway, platz, temple, rise. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, zoom. I hope you can see it. Okay,
Students about
mm, okay, here you go. Let's listen it.
different halls of residence. You now have 30 seconds to read questions 11 to 15.
University. I'm here to tell you about the various halls of residence we have available, should you choose to come here. We aim to offer accommodation in halls to all first-year students, and you'll find there's a good variety to choose from. First of all, there's Brown Hall, which, as you'll see, is not the most modern of buildings, but it is very popular with some students. It's got a good sense of community, some nice refurbished kitchens, and unlike the other halls, it has recently had a gym built in its basement. Another
Okay, was saying she was talking about Brown Hall, and she was saying some it got a good sense of community, some nice uh, referred base referred based kitchens, and unlike the other halls, it has recently had a gym built in its basement. So, what do you think the answer should be? Cleaning included, not it knows the answer. All males included, not. Private shower, modern building, parking, single sports facilities. What do you think? As she was saying, unlike other halls, it has recently had a gym built in its basement. What do you think the answer should be? Okay, so we can't say there is nothing about gym. Okay, so cleaning included. I think it's a tricky to get the exact answer. Okay, let's read it again. So we just listened. She was talking about a gym in the basement. Okay, so what should I select for this? Let's listen it again and explain it. So cleaning included. It's not close to gym. Okay, all meals, even it's not private showers, it not to modern building. No, it not parking space. No single sex sports facilities. So, so here is nothing about gym, but gym and sports facilities are quite similar, you can say. So, as there is nothing about gym, but here is an option and that is sports facilities. So you can select it easily. Okay, so it's but it's relevant. Okay, it's relevant to gym. So that's why the answer should be G. Okay, for question number 11. Let's listen it for question number 12. Uh, black, uh, black resident, black resident. Okay, let's listen it.
Another option is Blake Residence, which is built like a large house, and so everybody cooks and eats together. It has its own sectioned off bit of private garden and is even more peaceful because this is an all girls residence. Although, of course, boys are allowed.
Okay, I hope we got the answer already, because she was saying that she was talking about black residence, and she was saying it has its own section of bit of private garden. So maybe garden private shower, but here is nothing about garden, so we can skip it. Okay, let's move on. And she was saying that and it is even more peaceful because this is an all girl resident, girl resident. So all girl residents. And what do you think the answer should be? It's also tricky to get the answer for beginner, but I don't think it's um, really complicated for those who are practicing day by day. So I choose the answer for if. Okay, because she was saying that this is an all girls residence, so it's a single sex. Okay, I mean single gender. That's what the answer should be. If. Let's move on. Now we are going to listen it for question number 13. Queen's building. Okay, let's listen it.
Allowed to visit the hall and, I understand, frequently take part in cooking dinner. The largest hall we have is Queen's Building, and this has been upgraded recently. The original parking area has been built on so that the hall now has a large common room, and each bedroom now has its own shower room, which many students regard as a real bonus.
Okay, what do you think the answer should be? So he was talking about a lot of options, but we don't have them in the screen. But we have, as she was talking about at the last of his speech, she was saying that each bedroom now has its own shower room. So we can select it, as she was saying, each room has a shower room. So each room has a shower room. That means it's a private shower. So the answer is, I think it's really easy to choose for question number 13. Okay, so the answer should be 13. Answer should be C for 13. Let's move on. Now we are going to listen it for question number Park Way Plus. Let's listen it.
A further option is the Parkway Flats, which won an award for design in its day. And this building now has a preservation order on it. This has meant that only a limited amount could be done to upgrade it, and the surrounding area is important, so parking is not permitted around the flats. However, the flats do have many extra facilities, such as a special computer room, a small library, and a self-service restaurant. The cost of breakfast, lunch, and dinner is covered in the fee.
Okay. Okay, maybe we need to listen it more.
Fees for this hall, so it does breakfast very extra facilitated around the flats. However, the flats do have many extra facilities, such as a special computer room, a small library, and a self-service restaurant. The cost of breakfast, lunch, and dinner is covered in the fees for this hall, so it does look a bit more expensive.
Okay, let me explain it, and the answer should be obviously B. Let me explain it to you. She was talking about a lot of things. She was lastly she said the flat do have many extra facilities such as a special computer room, but there is nothing about computer or there is nothing that is related to computer, so in the option, so we can skip it easily. And she was saying also a small library and as a self-service restaurant. So here is nothing about nothing about library or restaurant, so we can also skip them. And then she was saying that the cost of breakfast uh, she was saying that the cost of breakfast, lunch, and dinner is covered in the fees for the hall, so it does look a bit more expensive. Okay, so she was talking. So she was saying that the cost of breakfast, lunch, and dinners is covered in the fee. So as so that means you don't have to pay anymore or anymore what should I say money for your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because you're already it's included with your room service or whatever they're talking. So the answer should be B, because in B, in option number B, we can see all meals included. So as she was just saying that breakfast, lunch, and dinners is covered in this fee. So and in the option here we can see all meals included. So the answer should be obviously B. Now we are going to listen for question number 15. Temple Rise. Let's listen it.
The last residence we can offer you is Temple Rise, which again is slightly more expensive than other halls as the rooms are larger. This has got very lovely views across to the coast, and this more than compensates for the fact that bathrooms here are shared between 6 students. However, the hall has domestic staff who clean the rooms once a week, so this is perhaps an attractive option for the messier amongst you.
Okay, I hope you got the answer already. So the answer should be obviously option number A, because she was let me explain it to you, because she was saying that he was talking about a lot of things, but we don't get any close meaning with the option we have in the screen. But at the end of his her talk, she was saying that the hall has domestic staff who clean the room once a week. So this is perhaps an attractive option for the messer amongst you. So here in the option number A, we can see cleaning included. Okay, cleaning included means you don't need to pay uh, extra money for cleaning your room, because she was saying that the hall has domestic staff who clean the rooms once a week. So you don't need to pay, or you don't need to uh, pay your time to clean your room. You don't need to clean your room yourself. Okay, there is a staff, and who will clean that room. That's what the answer should be option A. Now that's all about our part. Now we are going to practice with question number 16 to 20. Let's move on. So maybe we're going to face a map. Okay, so some people can say it's a label this map below. Okay, write the correct letter A to G next to the question number 16 to 20. Okay.
To read questions.
Okay, let's take a look at map. So here is the main entrance. Here's the main entrance, and here's a theater, and here it's a north side. Okay, and two main buildings. Okay, I can't read it. It's really blur for me to read. Okay, now well, let's move on. So here we have option A, B, C, then D, E, F, G, H. Okay. Now let's move on.
16 to 20.
Okay, we need to maybe read it first. Brown Hall, okay, Brown Hall, Black Residence, Green Queens Building, Parkway Plot. Oh no. I can't erase it. Okay. Parkway Plot, okay. It's not erasing. Okay, let's zoom in or zoom out it. Okay, I hope you can see it. Okay.
Just show on this wall. Now, if I can just show on this wall map here where they all are, you might like to go and have a look round. If you come into the main university entrance, at the first junction, you'll find that Brown Hall is on the corner opposite the theater.
So it is opposite of the theater. Theater is here. It is opposite of theater. But time is up. We just give me a few seconds. We'll do it again. Okay.
To read questions.
On this wall map here, where they all are, you might like to go and have a look round. If you come into the main university entrance, at the first junction, you'll find that Brown Hall is on the corner opposite the theater. So you're nice and...
So I hope you got the answer. B option, Brown Hall would be option B. Okay. Now you're going to listen it for question number 17, Black Resident. Okay, let's listen it.
near the station here, though I think it can get a bit noisy with traffic. The same applies to Blake Residence, which is directly facing the junction to the university entrance. These halls are often used by medical students and such like.
Okay, she was saying that the same applies to be black residents. Black residents. So now we are going to explain it for black residents, and she was saying that the same applies to black residents, which is directly facing the junction to the university entrance. Okay, so university entrance. Where is university entrance? Okay, I got it. So as she was talking about, this is a university entrance. So university, it's directly, and she was saying that the same applies to the black residents, which is directly facing. So this option is directly facing, or it's what should I say? It's facing directly the entrance. Okay, so the answer should be option A for question number 17, because it's directly facing the entrance, as she was saying. Okay, now we are going to listen it for question number 18. Okay, Queen's Building. Let's listen it. What is Queen's Building?
As they're out all day, so don't notice the noise. Anyway, if you then walk along Campus Road towards the main circle, you'll see the library on the corner, and Queen's Building is just past that as you head north. You will find that it is
Okay, so this is the campus, what should I say, campus main circle, as she was talking, and she was also saying that if you then walk along campus road, so it's a campus road, okay, towards the main circle. It's the main circle, and you will see the library. You will see the library on the corner, and the building. So you will see the library. So maybe F is the library, maybe. Let's and she was saying that you will see the library on the corner, and Queen Building is just first, that as you find north. So this is the north. Okay, it is a north, and she was saying that you will see the library on the corner. You will see the library on the corner. Okay, you will see the library in the corner, and she was saying, let's listen it. I forgot it. Maybe let's listen it one more time.
just see the library on Campus Road. Anyway, as they're out all day, so don't notice the noise. Anyway, if you then walk along Campus Road towards the main circle, You'll see the library on the corner, and Queen's Building is just past that as you head north. You'll
Okay, I got it. So as she was saying that if you then walk along a campus road, so it's a campus road towards this main circle, you will see the library. So it's a library. I can't. It's a blur. It's really blur. Okay, so you will see a library on the corner. So it's a corner, and Queen's Building is just fast. So it's fasting. Okay, it's just fast that you need not you need you had not. So you have to pass the library if you would like to go to the Queen's Building. So option C is Queen's Building. So we choose option C. Oh no, option C. Now we are going to listen it for question number 19, Park Way floods. Let's listen it.
find that it is quieter here, and you may get fewer visitors. By the way, the circle is quite a feature of the campus, as it's set into the hills and has a brand new sports center in the middle. It's worth going to look around it. Now, the Parkway Flats are on the opposite corner to the library, facing the circle, as you head towards the main buildings. The main buildings are only about a 5-minute walk from here.
Okay, she was saying that the Parkway plots are on the opposite corner. So it's on the opposite corner to the library. So it's library on the opposite corner of like facing the circle. It's a circle facing the circle as you head towards the main building. So main building is here. Main building. Okay. So what do you think the answer should be? The answer should be option E. Okay. Let's select option E. Okay. Oh no. I just option E. Okay. Let me explain it again. As she was saying that the Parkway plots are on the opposite corner to the library. So it's a library. It's a another opposite corner. It's opposite corner of the library. And library facing the circle. So it's facing the circle. Here's the circle. It's facing circle. The circle as you go ahead, as you go towards the main building. So as you go the main building, you will find the Parkway flats. Okay, so it's the opposite of library. Okay, that's what the answer should be, obviously. Now we are going to listen it for question number 20. So Temple Rise. Okay, let's select it. I didn't choose it intentionally, so it's not the answer, but we will listen it again now, and we will select it again. Okay, now we are going to listen it for question number Temple Rise. Let's listen it.
And places in these halls go quickly, so my advice is to reserve your place as soon as possible. Then Temple Rise is inside the circle, next to the sports center, but further from the main university buildings. Now, if you'd like to go off and physically look...
Okay, so it's I can read it here now after his talking. It's a sports center. Okay, maybe you can see, but I can't see it properly because I have a problem with my eyes. That's why I can read it properly. Okay, after he's talking, I can read it by listening. It's sports center, and so let's explain it. She was saying that the temple rise inside the circle. So inside, it's a circle inside the circle next to the sports center. Next to it's a sports center next to the sports center, but far further from the main university building. Further from main university building. So it's a main university building. So what do you think the answer should be? So as she was saying, it's next to sports center. So next to sports center, the answer can be D, the answer can be G. Okay, but we have another logic for the right one. Okay, so as she was saying also there, the but it further from, it's far away. Further from means it's far away from the main building. So it's a close to main building. Option G is close to main building. So here is another option for us, that is D. It's next to sports center. Option D is next to sports center, and it's far away from the main building. Okay, so the answer would be obviously D. Okay, so that's all about part 2. Okay, now we're going to practice with part 3. First we have question number 21 to, let's zoom in it. Okay, 21 to 24. So here's the another instruction for us: no more than 3 words or 3 words or a number for each answer. Okay,
21 to 20.
okay, we have to re-click each answer again because we was out of time. Let's re-click each answer again. It will not too much time to re-click each answer again. It was G. We have to another one, G. Okay, it is F. We have to select another one, then we have to select it again, F. It's a C. We have to select another one, and we have to say C. And it's a B. We have to select it again, B. It's A. We have to select another one, then we have to select the correct one. Now here you go. Okay, here it's a B. We have to select another one, then we have to select it again, the correct one. We have A. Let's select B, and then again A, C, B, and again C. Okay, it's E. Let's select A. Let's select E. It's A. Let's correct one, D. Okay, now here you go. No more than, okay, let's find out some keyword for this question. Gina and Morocco must complete their project by maybe a date or something. Let's listen it.
24.
Come on, Marco. We've got to get
To make sure we've got all the...
Well, today we need to sort out exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to divide the work up.
Okay. How long have we got, by the way?
The end of term is April 6th, and he said to hand it in on week 8, so that's March 25th at the latest.
Okay, what do you think the answer would be? The answer would be March 25th, as she was saying that in the week, as she was saying that at the last, so that's March 25th. Okay, but she said also he said hand it in on week 8, not the date. Okay, but and also he said that's a March 25th, so the answer would be March 25th. Now let's move on. The project will be a study of the increase in will the project let's see, project study of the increase in let's listen.
Because the beginning of that week is the 21st, so not long.
Right. Have you got the notes there?
Yes. He wants us to do a fairly small-scale study, like the last one, on whether or not businesses were offering more benefits to staff. And we've now got to look at the rise in older workers. It should be fairly straightforward.
Yeah, as long as we keep it small.
Okay, did you got the answer? The answer would be older workers, older workers. Let me explain it to you. She was saying that he wants us to do a fairly small scale study like the last one on whether or not businesses were offering more benefits to staff. We have now got to look at the rise in. So at the rise in and increase in are the similar word and they are synonym of each other. So and he was saying that at the rise in older workers. So the older workers would be the answer. I hope you got it right now. Let's move on for question number 23. The project will be addressed by someone or I don't know. Let's listen it.
Who's marking it?
I don't know. Sometimes he gets the PhD students to mark it for him.
Oh, actually, it just says here a senior lecturer. I suppose it's too.
Okay, the senior lecturer would be the answer. Okay, senior lecturer. Okay, senior as he was as first the lady was saying he get I don't know. Sometimes he gets the PhD student to mark it for him, and the person was and the boy was saying, oh, actually, it just says here senior lecturer. So the answer would be senior lecturer. Now here you go for question number 24. Gina and Marco agrees they need a blah blah. They need a blah blah for the project. Let's listen it.
Too much for Professor Barkley to do them all.
Yeah. Anyway, how are we going to go about this?
Well, we have to decide how big we want it to be and who.
Yeah, but I think we must sort out a timetable for the project. Otherwise, nothing will get done.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
All right.
Okay. They were talking about the timetable. Okay. And she was saying that we must sort out a timetable for the project, otherwise nothing will be done. And the person was saying, okay, do you want to do that? And the lady was saying, all right, I will do it as soon as we finish here. So the answer would be they need a timetable. Okay, time TABL, oh no, TABL, the table, timetable. Okay, timetable. Let's move on. So choose 3 letters A to G. What three things do Morg and Jenny have to do now for the project? Have to do. So oh no, you cannot select. Okay, interview some people, hand out questionnaires, choose their subject, take photographs, use statistical software, do some work in the library, contact some local companies. So let's listen it.
I'll do it as soon as we finish here.
7.
So here we have to choose 3 letters. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, what do we have to do now for the project? What's the best way to go about it?
Well, Professor Carter suggested we set up a focus group to get some in-depth interviews, but I think that'll take a lot of time.
Yeah, I agree. If we did a focus group, we'd have to spend time deciding who to include in it.
Okay, let me explain it for you first. He was saying Professor Kerr suggests we set up a focus group to get some in-depth interviews. But so, what do you think the answer should be? Interview some people. If we heard they talk about interview, so let's take it in hand and hand out questionnaires. Okay, choose their subject, take photographs. Okay, so let's listen to one more time.
If we did a focus group, we'd have to spend time deciding who to include in it. And it's not necessary to do one anyway.
Oh, fine.
And if you agree, I think we should get in touch with the businesses on the list Professor Carter gave us.
But I think that'll take a lot of time. Set up a focus group to get some in-depth interviews, but I think that'll take a lot of time.
Yeah, I agree. If we did a focus group, we'd have to spend...
So he was saying Professor Carter could suggest we set up a focus group to get some in-depth interview, but I think that will take a lot of time. And she was saying, yeah, I agree. If we did a focus group, we have to spend time deciding who to include in it, and it's cannot necessary to do anyway. Okay, I think it's let's listen it together
time
again.
deciding who to include in it, and it's not necessary to do one anyway.
Oh, fine.
And if you agree, I think we should get in touch with the businesses on the list Professor Carter gave us and ask them if they're prepared to participate.
Sounds good.
Did we get any option here? She was saying, I think we should get in touch with the businesses on the list Professor Keller gave us and ask them if they are prepared for participate. So let's listen it again. It's really confusing for people and also me.
Students, the best way to go about it.
Well, Professor Carter suggested we set up a focus group to get some in-depth interviews, but I think that'll take a lot of time.
Yeah, I agree. If we did a focus group, we'd have to spend time deciding who to include in it, and it's not necessary to do one anyway.
Oh, fine.
And if you agree, I think we should get in touch with the businesses on the list Professor Carter gave us and ask them if they're prepared to participate.
Sounds good. Then we can go there, give them questionnaires, and collect them later.
Exactly.
Okay. Then, do we need to book one of those study...
Okay. I got an option here, so let me explain it to you first. As he was saying that as he was saying, as Jenny was saying, that I think we should get in touch with the business on the list Professor Kerr gave us and ask them ask them if they are prepared to participate. Okay, but the man was saying sounds good. Then we can go there, give them questionnaires and collect them later. So you just they are talking about a questionnaires. So the option should we select option B. Okay, let's listen it later.
rooms in the library, so we can work together to input the data. Perhaps not, as I guess just one of us could just sort it out actually.
Yes, that would be easier. A lot of what we're doing is qualitative, so it'll be writing up rather than statistics. No software for that, I'm afraid.
So here she was saying that a lot of what we are doing is qualitative, so it will be writing off rather than statistic. So and she was saying that no software for the for that, I'm afraid. So what do you think we have? Does we do we have any option to choose here? No, we don't have any option. Let's listen it again. Towards.
And I think it would look better if we had actual shots of some of the staff, because we're citing appearance as a factor in employability, aren't we?
Yeah, okay. I'll factor.
Okay, I hope you we have an option here to select again. Here, the person was saying, I think it it would look better if we had actual shots of some of the stuff, because we are citing appearance as a factor in employee, aren't we? And Jenny was saying, yeah, okay, I will factor that all in one, sort of everything out. So they are talking about should. So what do you think the answer should be? Should, they're talking about this. So there is we can say there is an option take photographs. So as they are talking about shoots. So the answer is relevant for D. Okay, as they are talking about shoots, so it's relevant to D, so we can select option D. Okay, let's move on.
To that all in when I sort everything out tonight.
You now have 30 seconds to read questions 28 to 30.
28 to 30. And we miss another question. At the first, we were listening that Jenny was saying, I think we should get in touch with the businesses on the list. Professor Carers said so. For that option, we chose option B. But we also heard Professor Carer suggest set up a focus group to get some in-depth interview. Choose. Okay. Okay, it's really critical to select another one, so we don't, I think we don't spend a lot of time behind a question that is really difficult to get the answer, so we can skip it right now. Okay, let's go on. So now we are going to listen for question number 18 to 28 to 30. So choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Okay, so let's find out some cue for this question. Uh, did why did Gina and Morocco agree to work together? Okay, agree to work together. Why? Let's listen it.
Well, given that we had to work in pairs on this project, I think we were right to choose each other. We complement each other academically, as we're each good at what the other isn't. In fact, we should have tried working together before.
Okay, she was saying that we complement each other academically, as we are each good and we're each good at what the other is not. So what do you think the answer should be? So let's see. Because they both wanted to work with someone. No, it's not the answer. Because each they each have different skills, because they have worked together before. But she was saying we complement each other academically, as we each good at what the other is not. Okay, so the option should be B, because they each have different skills. Because she was saying that as we each good at what other is not. So that means they are expert in differently. Okay, that's why the answer would be B. Now let's move on for question number 29. Why does Marco suggest that he writes the analysis? Why write the analysis? Let's read it.
Yes. Now, how shall we split the work? I'll do the analysis, shall I?
Oh, okay.
It's just that it might be faster, because I'm used to doing it. Although your English is better than mine.
Okay, he was saying the question was, why does Morocco suggest that he writes the analysis? and he was saying that I'm used to doing it, although your English is better than mine. So let's read the option. He needs more practice with this kind of writing. No, it's not the answer. He's better at English than Jenna. No, it's not the answer. He has more experience of this. The option would be C. Okay, because he was saying that I'm used to doing it, although your English is better than. So he was talking about talking with Jenna, because Jenna's English is better than his, but the main fact is there. He was saying that I'm used to it, so the answer would be option C. Okay, now we're going to listen for question number 30. Okay, let's find out some cue for this question. Why does Jenna offer to do the presentation? Why Jenna offer the presentation?
I need more practice at reading, really.
Okay, I'll do the presentation then, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind speaking in public, but I hate preparing all the notes for them.
The thing is, the tutor said one person should do the whole presentation, and he said he expects me to do it because I haven't done one yet.
No, that's fine.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. She was saying that the tutor said one person should do the whole presentation, and he said she was talking about, she was repeating tutor's speech. Okay, so she was saying that the tutor said one person should do whole presentation, and he said the expected me he expected me to do it because I haven't done one yet. So let's read the option. Her tutor wants her to do the presentation. I hope it can be the answer. Okay, let's read another option. Morocco is very nervous. No, it's not the answer. She wants to jibe the work on project. No, the option would be option A, because was her tutor wants to her to do the to do the presentation. That's why the answer should be option A. So we are out of time again. Let's submit it again, and let's practice with question number 31 to 40. Okay, we have to select each option again. Just give me a few seconds. We have to click each question again, because this tourist practice test is really complicated. Okay, that's why it's taking too much time. It was F, it was C, it was B, it was it was A, it was B, it was A, it was C, it was E, it was D. Okay, today's lesson is really complicated. Okay, we're done. Now we are going to practice with question number 31 to 40, and this is the last part of our today's lesson. Okay, now let's read the instruction. Okay, of which US news source is each of the following statement true? Okay, write the correct letter A, B, or C next to question number 31 to 35. Let's read it. News sources, television, internet, the press. Okay, so here we have five question, question number 31 to 35. So let's read it. It is more popular at the weekend than during the week. It has affected the popularity of the local radio. It has recently been able to expand internationally. It is offering more varied reporting than previously. It is suffered from government intervention. Okay, now we are going to listen some comments for these three media. Okay, uh, let's listen it.
Section 1. You about news sources. You now have 30 seconds to read questions 31.
Predicted death of newspapers. As people of you will have heard about the predicted death of newspapers, as people increasingly access the TV and the internet for their news. Today, I want to look at the USA, which has very advanced news sources, to see if this is actually true. In the USA, the main news sources without doubt are TV, the internet, and the press. That is, traditional newspapers. And although they are each surviving and growing, they are also changing. Obviously, TV news has been around for a while, and the early evening bulletins when people get in from work are very popular. I suppose we traditionally think of the morning newspaper arriving on our doorstep with the daily news. Interestingly, this is not borne out by the statistics, which show that readership in the U.S. is much higher when people have time to relax, when they're not working, especially on Sundays.
I hope we got an answer option, because she was saying that I suppose we traditionally think of the morning newspapers arriving on our doorsteps with the daily news the daily news. Interestingly, this is not borne out by the statistics, which show the leadership in the US is much higher when people have time to relax, when they are not working, especially on Sunday. So what do you think the answer should be? It is more popular. Okay. So here's option. It is more popular at the weekend than during the weeks. So let's explain it closely. So weekend, okay, Remember it. Then the during the weeks. So week during the week means the work official day or working day, and working days means the holiday. Okay, holiday are in internationally Saturday and Sunday. And she was talking about she was talking about the praise. So the praise means like it's it's a kind of newspapers or something else like that. And she was saying that um, this in the USA this much higher when people have time. Remember it, be careful. When people have time to relax when they are not working. So they are not working, it cannot be the weekdays. Okay, they are not working, especially on the Sunday. So Sunday is a weekend. So we can see, we can choose option C. Okay, as she was talking about the praise. Okay, now we are going to listen for question number 32. The okay, the let's find out some cure for this question. It has affected the popularity affected local radio. Let's listen it.
Internet is also a popular weekend activity, but shows no variation with weekday access. So people are using the different sources in different ways. Interestingly, local radio has been hit less by the grip of quite strong local newspapers than by the internet, which is seen to offer a better regional service. But just because the internet is seen as the new
Okay. Let me explain it. So she was she was talking about a local radio, and she was saying that interestingly, local radio has been hitless. So hitless means um, just push it to um, back, or just decrease its popularity. Okay, so she was saying that local radio has been hit less by the grief of quite strong local newspaper. So here we don't have anything related newspapers. Okay, so we can skip it. Then by the internet, so we have the internet here of the option, so we can choose easily the option B. That's why I choose the option B. Now let's move on for question number 33. It has recently been able to expand internationally. Expand to international. Which one? We just need to listen it now.
new force in news media does not mean it is dominant. Television has, of course, been global for a while. But now, technological changes, which have fueled the rise of online news, have also allowed newspapers to print and distribute editions across the world.
Okay, she was talking about television, so I think it's is really easy to track the answer. So I don't think I have to explain it to you, because it's really easy to track the answer. Okay, she was talking about television, and at the end of her talk, she was saying print and distribution edition across the world, and I selected expand internationally. So internationally and expand edition across the world, it's closely similar. Okay, let's move on. It is offering more varied reporting than previously. Offering more varied. Let's listen it.
In fact, Internet news, which is seen as the big competitor for traditional markets, does not offer that much variety. Often, the sources are the online versions of the newspapers, whereas television, in order to offer something different, has had to come up with a much more mixed bag of reporting, from hard news to light reports on celebrity events. Another issue is
Okay, let's listen one more time.
In fact, and distribute additional line news have also allowed newspapers to print fueled the rise. But now, technological changes, which have fueled the rise of online news, have also allowed newspapers to print and distribute editions across the world. In fact, Internet news, which is seen as the big competitor for traditional markets, does not offer that much variety. Often, the sources are the online versions of the newspapers, whereas television, in order to offer something different, has had to come up with a much more mixed bag of reporting, from hard news to light reports on celebrity events.
So the option would be A. As she was talking about television, she was saying that often the source are the online versions of the newspapers, whereas television, he was again listen, be careful, she was talking about television. So whereas television in the water offer some different has had to come up with a much more mixed bag of reporting. Okay, so the option would be, we can assume the option would be option A, television. Okay, now let's listen for question number 35. Okay, it has suffered from government interruption. Let's listen it.
Another issue is reliability. The internet is virtually unregulated, so anything can be reported there, whether true or not. Journalists on newspapers have fought a long, hard battle to fight intervention and to retain the freedom of the press. Television, however, is seen as critical to political power and has become subject to harsh controls about what it can or cannot say.
Again, he was talking about internet, but at the end of her talk, she moved on to television, as she was saying. So the option would be again television. Okay. Again, it will be television, because she was saying that the television, however, is seen as a critical to political power. So political power and government interruption is a similar word, and has become subject to harsh about what it can or cannot say. Okay, that's what the answer would be, option C. Okay. Okay, let's move on for question number 36 to 40. So no more than 2 words for each answer. Okay, in US, newspapers are being increasingly inventive about the way they attract advertisers and their blah blah now exceeds. Okay, newspapers are being increasingly invented attract advisors and and they are. Let's listen it.
You now have 30 seconds to read questions.
Alive and well in the USA has been their approach to advertising. Obviously, newspapers are heavily dependent on advertising revenue, and they have become more and more imaginative in what they offer in order to make sure that advertisers use them and not other news sources. This has meant that, contrary to popular belief, newspapers now have a significantly higher profit margin than the rest of American industry. So, how have they managed?
Did we got the answer yet? Okay, we got the answer. The answer would be profit margin. Profit.
To raise
Oh
advertising
no, it's not
revenue in
working. Profit, P-R-O-P-I-T, profit. Margin. Let me explain it to you. She was saying that newspapers now have a significant higher profit margin than the rest of American industry. So so the answer would be profit margin. Okay, and let's move on for question number 37. Advertising has increased because of a good relationship with the blah blah sector. Let's listen it.
this way. Well, they have put a lot of effort into developing and maintaining a very strong association with the retail trade.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. The answer would be retail. Let me explain it. Retail. Let me explain it to you. She was saying a lot of effort into developing and maintaining a very strong association with the retail trade. So association with and relationship with, these two words are synonym of each other. That's why the answer. And she was saying that the association with the retail trade. So the oh no, it's not working. The retail trade is another sector. So that's why the answer would be retail. Okay, I hope you got it. Okay, now we are going to listen it for question number 38. In addition, newspapers now run more adverts, which includes newspapers no more, which includes blah blah. Okay, let's listen it.
And they've come up with a winner. A critical tool in their sales plan has been suggesting that the adverts they run can have vouchers.
Okay, the answer would be vouchers. Okay, vouchers, vouchers. Okay, as she was saying that a critical tool in their sales plan has been suggesting that the adverts they run can have vouchers. Okay, which includes vouchers. Okay, I hope you got it. Let's move on to the next one. These have been found to raise readership of the papers and create more sales for the or the blah blah. Let's listen it.
This has been enormously effective because they have found that not only do more people buy the paper to get the discounts, but also that this inevitably means much higher sales for the clients who advertised.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. The answer would be sales for the client. CLIENTS. Let me explain it to you. She was saying that people buy the paper to get the discounts, but also that this inevitably means which higher sales for the client. Higher sales for the client. Okay, more sales and higher sales are the similar word. Okay, they are the synonym of each other. So higher sales and more sales are similar synonym of each other. And she was saying that higher sales for the clients. Okay, for the clients. So the answer would be the clients. Okay, I hope you got it right now. So let's read it for question number 40. There are also an increasing number of more expensive blah blah adverts. Let's listen it.
As well as doing this, the newspapers have also introduced aggressive sales campaigns over the last few years. This has resulted in a significant and continuing rise in the number of advertisers prepared to pay the extra for full-page ads.
The answer would be full page adverts. Okay, as she was saying there, this has resulted in the significant and continuing uh, continuing rise in the number of and increasing the number of the same similar word, or they have a close meaning each other. Okay, a rise in the number of advertises. Okay, the same advertise prepared to pay the extra for the full page ads. Okay, that's why the answer would be extra. She was saying pay extra. So pay extra and more expensive. These are the both of them have a close meaning. Okay, that's why the answer would be full page. Okay, I hope you got the answer. Now let's submit it together and check how much we got today. Oh, we got out of 8.5 out of 9. Let's check what we got mistake. Okay, exhibition. Oh no, I didn't write N. It's a mistake. Oh, we choose. Oh, we skip an option because it was really difficult to capture the exact answer. So the option would be, the correct option would be B, C, D, but we chose just 2. That's why we got 2 out of 3. Okay. Oh, here we have another mistake. The answer would be C, but we choose A. Okay. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the whole lesson, and if you don't understand anything, or I think it will be just problem with beginners, but if you don't understand, I will suggest you to practice and practice and practice a lot. And how you can practice, I would say in this case um, you can listen, or you can watch this lecture more and more time. I hope after watching a lot of time a single lecture and to understand it completely, it will be, I think, um, it will be a lot to you. If you understand, if you decide to out okay, I'm going to watch this lesson today and I will complete it until I got 9 out of 9 from this class, from this test. And for this I have to watch this video maybe 1 time or 5 times or 10 times, whatever. Guys, I will just suggest you just practice and practice and practice as many times as you can, because this video are uh, will be uh, will be hold in my YouTube channel, as you are seeing from this channel. So this video will be there for you so that you can practice with this lesson later. Okay, so okay, that's all about our today's lesson. I hope I'll see you in the next class, and till the next class I have to say you that have a good day. Bye bye.